And it's recording. All right. Thank you guys for joining us for our April Newbie Zoom. My name is Tammy Evans, and we have Lindsay Long on tonight also. We are going to just tell you a little bit about our story and then highlight some of the things that we think are the most important for you as you're getting started. Some of them are going to be practical and applicable, like that you can go and do, but a lot of it is going to just be talking through some of the things that you might not even be prepared for or know about in this business. So my name is Tammy Evans, and I have been with the company almost 5.5 years. I am a presidential diamond. When I started, I was a single mom to a 5-month-old baby boy, and I only started for $500. It's really all that I needed, wanted. I had a good career in public relations and marketing, but it evolved over time, and we'll talk about that too, about having that theme, your why of why you're doing this business. I never wanted to have to tell my son no. Not no because like, hey, don't stick your finger in the light socket, no, but no, we can't do soccer because I can't afford it. No, you can't go on that field trip because we can't afford it. No, you can't get those shoes because I can't afford it. I didn't want to tell him no and him to have to suffer the consequences for the decisions and actions that I made in my life. And so once I realized that, I just kind of took off with it. It has not always been an easy journey, but it's been worth it. 5.5 years now, I look back and my business is completely different than it was, gosh, just 2 years ago. And that's what's awesome about this business is it's fluid and it's always changing. And so that is my story in a nutshell. And then Ms. Lindsay's going to tell us first before we get into the meat of it all.
Hey! Sorry I was late. My son jumped off the bed and hit his knee, tooth into his knee. So there's a lot of blood. Have fun, honey. I got to go. Okay, I'm Lindsay Long, and I live in Texas. I've been in for about 2.5 years, and I'm a triple diamond. And as nutshell-ish as I can put this, I had a friend that did this, and I watched her for a year. I think like most people, we see somebody that does it or know somebody, and it never clicked to do this, ever. Like, not even the products. I was just like, good for her. She lost 30 pounds. Oh, look, she hit Ruby. I mean, never dawned on me. I was a teacher for 8 years and quit teaching to be at home with my daughter. And my son I had 3 kids at the time. Anyways, our financial life took a drastic turn, as well as my daughter's life. We really started noticing some needs with her, and I thought, I've got to do something. And literally a friend had on this shirt. It was actually this exact shirt that my friend Lydia Diaz was wearing at Pine Cove Camp. And I asked her to tell me about it because I kind of knew the logo. And she put a wrap on me that night. And I ate steak and drank wine wearing the wrap. The next day I still had 2-inch loss. I know I'm not supposed to claim inches, but I had 2 inches off my body. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. And I told my husband I was going to give it 3 months and see what happened. And here I am 2.5 years later. So that's my nutshell story.
Yay. And Lindsay and I, we're sideline sisters. So I don't even remember the first time we met. It doesn't matter. You instantly fell in love with her.
It was my first diamond weekend in May of 2015. Sorry, that was weird. Because you were there. It was the Dallas Diamond Weekend in May.
Were we dancing in the hotel?
There was no dancing yet. Okay. I was a newbie, and y'all were all like, oh, to me, like we hadn't really bonded.
She hadn't gotten to know the real us, and then it's like, no. She's like, they're just down here with us. We're good. We're all good. We're all weird. So anyway, we've been to Mexico together, Florida. It's amazing, the relationships, and that's one of the best parts of this business. And one of the things that Ashley tells us all the time, and especially you that are new, is to never underestimate the value of community in this business. So there are going to be people that are watching you that need that community. They might not need the financial. They might not need to build a team or think they need the products, which we know everyone does, but they desperately need that community. And that's something that we can offer, and everyone, I mean, almost everyone. There's some people that will come in and they're like, I don't want community. I'm good. I got enough friends. But majority of people, that is something that shocks them when they come in, is how much support and friendship and relationships that aren't even like, we don't even live in the same area, but yet I could jump on and say, hey, you want to do a Zoom with me? And we get to do this and we get to hang out. So notes, if you're taking notes, never underestimate the value of community, even though that's not what we're talking about right now. So Lindsay, when we were talking about this today, about what we wanted to make sure to have on this newbie Zoom, she sent me something that I had never seen before, and I was literally mind blown. I kept telling her, this is awesome. Why have I not seen this before? Have I been living under a rock? And
it's
where did
Tracy.
you get it?
I got it from Tracy.
See, of course you did. Y'all are just, I had to see it. My brain just doesn't think that way. So basically, she said, when I'm helping new distributors, I follow the 4 C's. And I'm like, what are the 4 C's? And it's commitment, confidence, consistency, and connection. I remember them now. And she went through all of this. And these are the main 4 things that you need to remember as you're getting started, but also no matter where you are in your journey with It Works. I was sitting there reading some of this that she sent me today, 5.5 years later, and I'm like, yes, like it even applied to me still. And so we're going to talk about those 4 things, the 4 C's. And if you're on my team, you're going to start seeing this a lot more because I think it's genius and it's amazing. And it's the foundation of so much. It's just going to help so many of us get to a deeper level within this business. And you that are newbies, this is really important. If you could like master these 4 C's, you're golden. And if you could wrap your brain around them. So do you want to, I'm going first, right?
Whatever you want to do.
Is it best if you follow that order? You start with commitment? No?
It's just the way I do it. I have no idea what Tracy's order was. I've taken it and adapted it, but you seriously, you can do whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
We'll let you go first.
Okay.
I can kind of see how you weave it, your first C, and then I'll take the next C.
Okay, so you're still doing commitment, correct?
Yes, I'll do commitment and consistency still.
Okay, so confidence. This is an interesting one because all of you guys are not necessarily, I can't see your videos, but just raise your hand if you've been in less than 2 months. You've all been in more than or less than a month. So no one's been in less than a month. Eric has been in less than a month. Chelsea, okay. Okay, so I think that the interesting thing is when we come into this business, and I feel like this is an area that we can all, well, maybe not everyone is on the same playing field, but most people come in with a little bit of hesitancy. Is this even going to work? I don't even know how much I believe in these products. Or maybe you're a customer for 7 months and you love one product, but you're not sure about that wrap, or I don't know about the skincare, and you're just kind of tiptoeing into this, and you're going to test the waters and just see. I'm sorry, I have someone coming to tell me good night. I'm so sorry, y'all. Quickly. I'm sorry. Good night. Good night.
Aww.
Okay, sorry. Okay, say hi. Okay, thank you. Hi. Okay, go to bed. I'm sorry. Sorry. Anyway, so let me shut the door. You have, anyways, you step into this business kind of testing the waters. Okay. So I came into it as a distributor, hadn't ever tried anything. And so when you start, we always say, jump in right away. I always heard success loves speed, and it's so true. If you like study all the E-Suite and learn all that stuff and learn all the product stuff and then start talking to somebody, no, you just start. Well, you have to have confidence. And so it was told to me when I started, if you don't have confidence yet, borrow somebody else's confidence. And I did that. I borrowed my friend, my enroller, Hannah's confidence. She lost 30 pounds in 5 months doing our Profit and doing greens and fat fighters every once in a while and wrapping 1 time a month. Not a whole treatment, just 1 wrap. And her before and afters were incredible. And so I literally would text her and say, what's that fat product? And she would tell me, and I would turn around and I would tell somebody what it was as if I had taken it my entire life. And you really do. You have to borrow confidence, and you have to gain confidence in the products, in the business, and in yourself. Not to diverge, but this wraps into that. Mike Patillo, who is one of our leaders in the business, he is part of the corporate team, does this series called Jump the Funk. And it's probably the best. It doesn't matter where you're in your business. You can listen to it in a year. You can listen to it tomorrow. But he talks about how your success in network marketing is wrapped up in your belief, and let me interchange it, your confidence in 4 things. One, your belief in network marketing as an industry. And if you're like, I don't even know what network marketing is, I've never even done it. That was me. Never saw myself doing it, never have done it. Learn about network marketing. You'll be amazed. It is the #1 business or profession to become a millionaire or gain a 6-figure income without having a degree. It's incredible what you have your hands on. So your confidence in network marketing, that's what you're doing now. Welcome. Secondly, your confidence in our company itself. Okay, it's been around 16 years. We are debt-free. Y'all, that is a huge deal. Me and my husband own 3 businesses. To be debt-free is huge. And we have products that produce results over and over again. Our leadership is unreal. You would be amazed at the companies that build a huge team and like jump ship. We don't have that kind of leader. So your confidence in network marketing, your confidence in our company, your confidence in our products, and then your confidence in yourself. Okay, so your belief or your confidence in those 4 things, and that's huge. And no one's going to start this business and be a 10 in all those areas. I know exactly which ones I struggle with, and so I'm working on those things. So find a way to increase your confidence in those 4 things. And if you're feeling like not very confident, if someone tells you no and it kind of is shattering or it makes you second guess, you need to grab a hold of somebody that is confident in you, that is confident in that specific product, that can give you a testimony. I mean, when there's a product that a customer texts me about complaining and I feel like, I don't know how I feel about that, I'll go to our leadership page, I'll go to my team thread, and does anyone have a good testimony on Estro Rhythm or Relief? Because I'm constantly feeding myself confidence and positivity in this business, because honestly, it sells. It does. People can tell when you're confident in something. So that's where you want to start. And you may be like, well, Lindsay, I just started. I don't feel very confident. And that's why I say borrow somebody else's confidence, because whoever enrolled you believes that you can do this 100%. Like, I promise you. So that's #1, C.
Confidence. And that's something that I was always told was borrow the confidence of the person above you. I would use Ashley's story all the time. I still use Ashley's story all the time. And because that just, even if you don't have your own confidence, you've seen what it's done for someone else. So you have confidence in the system, you have confidence in that person. So just borrow their confidence, and it makes it a little easier when you're talking about someone else that has had this success with a product or the business. So the next C, commitment. This is one of those things, network marketing, like Lindsay said, and the more you learn about network marketing, you have got to make the commitment right now. Usually I tell people when they join me to give me at least 1 or 2 years. Commit to at least 1 or 2 years to me. This is not going to be just a quick speed dating thing. I want this to be a nice, long, drawn-out courtship in a way to see how this is going to work. Because speed dating, you're just like, go, 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 and nothing ever, well, I don't want to say nothing ever sticks, because maybe you met your spouse on speed dating, so that's a bad example. I'm sorry. But I usually ask them to commit to me, commit to themselves. So commit to yourself right now that you are going to be in this for the long haul, because it takes time and consistency. And I always taught that those 2 things are your best friend in this business. Time plus consistency equals bajillions of dollars. And that's the thing. A lot of people join for that instant success. And there are some people that get it. I was not one of them. I had some good success, but I wasn't making millions. But the time and consistency, it just compounds over time. The more you are consistent, the more beneficial and the more your business is going to grow. And so, I'm sorry, I kind of got 2 things over, consistency and commitment. But make the commitment to yourself that you are going to see this through the ups and the downs, because this is business. Business is fluid. You're going to have some amazing months, and that amazing month might be followed by one of a really bad month. You never know. This business, it fluctuates. It's people driven. It's people oriented. So make the commitment that you're going to stick it out through the ebbs and the flows and the ups and the downs. So when that happens, it doesn't rattle you. It doesn't shake you as much. And that also goes back to the confidence that Lindsay was talking about, because if I see Danny up in the left-hand corner, so I'm gonna use her. If Danny comes to me and she's having a off day or something, she knows that I'm committed to her. I'm committing to help her succeed. I am not going anywhere. I am committed to the business. And so we can work it out together. She has no fear in coming to me because she's committed. I'm committed. We're going to work it out together. But it's when that commitment is not there and you post, you like make a post, you come to a Zoom, and then we don't hear you or see from you in like 3 weeks. We're like, well, they're not committed. But then you jump back in and then you're gone again. So just be committed and keep contact with your enroller, with your team. And that all of these C's, all 4 C's build on each other. But the commitment also, fall in love with this company and our leadership and the eternal perspective of our company is another one. If you fall in love with our company, it is so easy to be committed to them, to commit your time to them, to commit your energy to them, to your team, to your leaders, to your sideline people, to everyone, because you have fallen in love with what is going on around you. You fall in love with the people. You're committed to them, and they are committed to you. So the more that you can do that and the quicker you can, you're committed to the industry. I love this industry. I had no clue about this industry, but I committed to learning. Like, I became a nerd to learn about network marketing and the industry, and it's amazing. There's things that I'm still learning about my future Asian team that is just mind-blowing to me, but I'm learning about it and I'm committed to it because I know that this is the vehicle to help so many other people succeed. And so, yeah, as a newbie, just make that commitment to yourself, to your team. Even if you don't have a team yet, go to your sponsor, the person that enrolled you, and say, hey, I'm committed, like long engagement committed to you. Because after you're engaged to someone for like 5 years, you're like, I'm not going anywhere. We're going to get married and I'm going to stick it out, versus just like speed dating. So that's my C, my commitment. Is there anything you want to add? I need to read through your notes again.
Well, no, I thought of something for consistency, but I'm going to wait because I don't want to mess it up. I know. I'll throw in this one thing. And this is something we talk about a lot on my team, and I think Ashley's team does. So I'm sure you do too. But the mental game of how mental this business is, like, it's extremely mental. And so sometimes I notice for me in life, when I make a commitment to myself to do something, then even when I don't feel like doing it, I'm really competitive with myself. And if I have made that commitment and I have verbally told my husband and I've written it down in my mirror, I'm not going to show you my mirror. There's stuff written all over it. But that to me is me verbalizing, even on the hard days when my feelings don't match up with that, I'm still committed. So like you use the engagement illustration or the marriage illustration, when we have a hard day, I don't just like, well, this was fun, I'm not going to do this anymore. No way. I've invested all this. I've got kids now. Well, that's how it is with this business. I've got kids. I just have more than 3. I have a few hundred kids on my team, and it's like, that's how it is. I don't know. So I was just that was a bad detour. Okay. Is it my turn?
It's true. And that's the best analogy is the marriage one that we talk about a lot, that, you make that commitment to your spouse, and when it gets tough, you don't look at them and be like, well, that was fun. Now it's hard, so I'm walking away. Yeah. No, you work it out, you figure it out, you push through it, and it's always so much sweeter after you push through it. Like you look back and you're like, our marriage kind of rocks right now. It sucked because we were on the rocks, but now we're here and it's so much better. And the business is the same thing. And you're going to have your honeymoon phase. A lot of you are probably in your honeymoon phase right now. Honeymoon phase, you just start, you love it, you love life. And then honeymoon, you get off the beach and you have to do laundry and do dishes and make the beds and clean up poop and whatever else is going on, but you still have that commitment. So sometimes you're going to have the honeymoon phases in this business, and sometimes you're going to have to just change some dirty diapers. But you're committed to doing both.
Yeah. Okay, it's my turn, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So the third one is connection. And these do kind of intermingle. But when you do this business, the coolest thing about it, the coolest thing is that you are in charge. You're your own boss. Like, you're literally in business for yourself. And I don't really ever want to work for somebody ever again. I love being in business for myself. But the hardest part about that is the 3-letter word you. Because unless you do it, nothing happens, right? I mean, you've got to decide to do something every day. You've got to decide to ask people. You've got to decide to share all of that. So no man is an island. And honestly, 98% of people want to be managed anyways. So I have noticed that for me, when I first joined and even now, your connection, my connection to my upline, my connection to the team, my connection to the company, something bigger, really is what helped me. I can't imagine trying to motivate myself by myself every single day. I am a very driven person, but even I can't do that. And so it is super important that you find ways to stay connected. So that being said, if you're like, connected to what? Well, one, you need to be connected to your upline. If your personal immediate upline is out to lunch, then find the person above them. I guarantee you they're going to want to hear from you. If somebody on my team was signed by someone that quit, I would desperately want to know that. I mean, I don't know. There's probably people that have come into my business I never got to meet that could have killed it, but didn't have support. And so go and find someone above you to connect with. You want to connect with sidelines like Tammy and I have done. And we've both done this with other people on Ashley's team. And I would say, honestly, y'all, of all the connections I've made in this business, surprisingly enough, my sideline connections are the thing that have impacted my business the most. It's amazing that I can call people on this team and say, I mean, literally, I was doing this last month, the last day of the month. I was like, I need 4 customers. And I called my friend Shannon. I said, best thing I can do right now, I need 4 customers. I'm trying to hit 20. And she's like, post this right now. And I posted it. And then she's like, okay, now say this. And we do that for each other. And so being connected to sidelines is huge. I love it on my team. There's people that are accountable with each other. You guys can do it with people on here. Like, you guys are all sidelines because we're mixed teams. So connection there, connection to corporate. And first starting out, this is probably number 1. Like, you need to find a way to get to a 1 team, 1 mission. If you're like, what is that? It's these mini amazing meetings that we go to. When I say mini, you can go anywhere from 25 people to 100. And they happen all over the U.S. and they're happening abroad, although nobody on here is international right now. But you can download that. You do have somebody international?
No, I said yet.
Yet. You guys can get, there's an app. This is a very important app to get called Wired. If you don't have it, just type in Wired, and it's green and it's the work symbol. It looks like that symbol. And it has our 1 team, 1 missions. It has calls. It has social, like, announcements. That's also where your Go bonus info is, your personal info. If you go to the app and you click the little trophy in the right-hand corner, it'll have your personal schedule for getting to diamond and double and beyond and getting that bonus. Your login is just your customer or your distributor ID and password. And it's so I would get that to stay connected. But every Sunday night, there's a family call. It's like 15 minutes. Every Monday night, which we're missing it, but the Show Me the Money call happens at 9. I just got a notification, and they interview new presidentials and hear their stories. And so, y'all, when I'm feeling like funky or low, if I listen to a story of someone that's been doing anybody's story, it's so inspiring and it just motivates me. If I'm having an off day, I'll text my friend Gina. I'll call Leanne. I mean, I cannot stress connection enough. I don't feel like any one of these is more important than the other, but I will tell you that I have noticed a direct correlation with those that are connected on my team, and they're the same ones that promote. It just is. It's like, I mean, it's like anything. It's like if you know how you're good friends with somebody and then they get real quiet and they start to back away, something's usually going on. Don't do that. There is not a single thing you will go through in your It Works journey that someone hasn't already gone through. We've all heard no. We've heard it a lot more than you. That's how we promote it. We just heard lots of no's, right? No. We've all had people quit. We've had people that are close relatives that make fun of us. My brother-in-law still thinks this is a joke. Whatever. He doesn't pay my bills. I mean, we've all kind of been through that. There's single moms, y'all. There's people that are like, that borrowed money or went into their bank account went negative to join. There's so many stories. And I think the number one thing the enemy does is try to isolate you and make you think that no one's going through what you've ever gone through, and therefore you won't be successful. Like you're alone. So when you start to feel that and you start to feel that discouragement, that's when you reach out. So other places you can stay connected is team pages. I know Tammy has a page. I have a page. Ashley has a page. There is tons of info. The resources to be successful in this business are limitless. Go to YouTube, type in It Works, just, ambassador stories. I mean, there's tons. So all that to be said, being connected is huge, and you need to find a way to make a plan to be consistently connected to your upline. So that's connection.
Connection. That really, I can always tell, and this is, again, 5.5 years later, I can tell probably within the first 3 or 4 months who is going to still be in my business in a year. It all comes down to connection. If they're connecting, if they're being active, if they're engaging with other people, if they're showing up to things. And like Lindsay said, there is a direct correlation to that. The people that are connected and showing up are the people that are going to be promoting, and all of their stories are different. That's what's cool is some have amazing networks and they came into it with an amazing receptive network. Some of them come in with everyone telling them no and no network of support at all. But the people that are connected are the ones that are going to consistently stay around. And that is the next thing, is consistency. So here's a book that it's not a network marketing book. It is just a book of business called The Slight Edge, and its whole purpose talks about consistency and doing little things every single day over and over and over to get maximum results over time. And you have to think about it like losing weight, right? A lot of people go in gung-ho, they give it their all for about a month, and then if they haven't lost the 30 pounds that they wanted to lose, they give up and they go back. Versus what the theory and the concept is, if say they just gave up, say they were addicted to sodas, they just gave up sodas every single day, and that's the one big thing that they changed. If they did that every day over time, it's going to add up to more than that, the 30 pounds. And so what this is saying is you don't have to jump in because you're new and send 50 messages every single day and do this and do that, because you're gonna burn out if you do that right away. But what it's saying is, if you're just consistent, post every single day, even on the days, especially on the days that you don't want to, keep posting. I don't know what Lindsay's team does. We have something that we call our rule of 3. So we message 3 potential customers a day and 3 potential distributors a day, and follow up with 3. It's all about 3. So do those 3 things every single day. You might not have 3 enrollments in a day, but you might end up getting 3, 4, 5. And if you're doing it every single day, it's going to start compounding. It's also the compound effect, slight edge and the compound effect. And the whole theory is the difference between the people at the very top and the ones that haven't made it yet. It's all this it's consistency. And it's just doing a little bit every single day, consistently, every single day. Like not taking a day off, not doing, a day off. I don't do as much on Sundays. And so one of the things that we do every Sunday night on my team is a virtual party every Sunday night, and we have for almost 2 years. We've had one every Sunday night, minus a couple holidays here and there. The awesome thing about that is everyone on my team knows that there is going to be a Sunday night party, and so while they're talking and they're doing their rule of 3 consistently, they can invite people every week to that party. So those parties consistently have 100 people at them or more. But it's the consistency. I don't want to do a party every Sunday night, but I've consistently been doing them, and they consistently produce a little bit at a time. It's not these parties where 500 people show up every week. but it's just a little bit, it's just enough, and it adds up, it compounds over time. And so consistency in messaging people, whatever your system is, and that's something, I don't know, like organization was not my strong suit, still not my strong suit. I try, but I at least know that I'm doing my rule of 3 every single day. And if I do that consistently, I'm posting. People are waiting to see if you are going to stick with this or if you're going to go away, believe it or not. And they're watching you. They might not be commenting and they might not be liking or engaging with you on your It Works post, but they're watching you. And there's a couple people on this Zoom right now that I know that joined me because they either knew someone else or they might have been a customer with someone else that was doing It Works, but these people stopped being consistent. They didn't know if they were still in it. They didn't know if they were still active. And so when I came into the picture, or they came to me like, hey, I know you're doing this. I'm interested. This is what I want. Someone else's lack of consistency was my gain. So don't make your lack of consistency someone else's gain. Just be as consistent as you can, especially when you don't want to. That is when those are the days that you have to wake up and say, I'm committed to this marriage and I'm going to do this today. And because I want to be consistent. Consistently post, consistently message, consistently feed your mind. Personal development is a big one. Consistently show up to things. There's something like Lindsay. We'll talk about Ashley. Ashley knows if there is a 1 Team 1 mission in DFW, I am there unless the only time I have missed is when I was on home health pregnant with my baby girl. I only missed one Team 1 mission that she put on in DFW in 5.5 years. She knows I'm consistently going to show up. And with that comes, she's able to help me do things on my team that someone else might not get if they're not consistent. So I don't know how else to explain that. Your leaders, the people that are coming to you, they're going to help. It's not that they're not going to help the people that aren't consistent, but they know the people that are going to be there to help them and can help support them in whatever it is. And there is empowerment in that. And I'm going off down another rabbit trail, but just being as consistent as you can with your products. Also, you got to get your own product testimony. Pick one product. If you weren't a loyal customer before, because I know a lot of people are loyal customers first and then become distributors. If you weren't, pick a product and get a testimony. Like right now, I am doing one with skincare and New You because I've been doing this 5.5 years. I know what my wrap results are. I know what this is. People know that already. They know that I love the greens in my buy water every single day. Like these are things people know, but now I need to wow them with something else. So I'm doing a 30-day skincare. I'm sticking to it. I'm being so consistent. I have alarms on my phone. Wash your face in the morning, wash your face at night, because I never did that. Use the creams, use the peel, use the facial. And then New You, working out so I could show a New You testimony. Find a product, be consistent, get your own results, because those are the things that people, like Danny, I know I keep pointing to her, but she's up here in the corner and I can see it. Her hair, skin, and nail results, people, every time she posts her own hair, skin, and nail results, it's like, I got a new hair, skin, and nails oil, got a new hair, skin, and nails oil, because she could be posting someone else's results, but as soon as she says, here's my hair, people are like, oh, they know her, they trust her, this is her product, her consistent use of the product is going to speak volumes. So consistently talk about the products, consistently talk about, again, why you love this company. If you are ever sitting there wondering what to post, what to talk about, here's a little hint that Ashley gives us. Talk about why you love this company and what you're going to do with this company if you haven't achieved it yet. People want to see that. Why you love the company, what you're going to what you're looking forward to with the company. And that you can always go back down to that, or why you joined the company. Those 3 things, you'll be able to come up with something to write about, get creative about it. Keep a journal. It doesn't have to be like this long drawn out, I love this company because blah, 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 blah. It could be, I love this company because I get to sit in my PJs on a Zoom at 9 o'clock at night with people all over the country. You know, something like that. I love this company because I get to go have mimosas with a friend at 10 a.m. and talk about business and life. Whatever it is, talk about it, and people are drawn to that. That goes back to that community and just being consistent with it. They want to know that you consistently are gonna back this business, these products, this company, and that you are there, because you never know when the timing will be right in their life. And I never want to be the person that they're like, oh, I didn't know you were doing It Works still. Or I don't want them to ever come to me and be like, are you still doing It Works? Never want to be that person. I want them to know, because when the time is right, I want them to think, I need a cleanse. I'm going to Tammy. Like that, I want to be the first person on their mind. And the only way you will be the first person on their mind is if you are consistent and they see that you are passionate and vested, like your roots are dug deep into what is going on. And their time will come. Everyone's time. 5.5 years later, I have people that just signed as a loyal customer in March that have been watching me for 5.5 years, never showed any interest until March. They're like, oh, I think I want to try that hair, skin, and nails of yours. I'm like, finally. They ignored all of my messages too, because I messaged them before. So just be consistent. They'll come to you. Anything else you want to add to that?
I was trying to decide if I could. That was so thorough and so good. I guess this is a reiteration, and Danny kind of said this just now in the message, but I think that when you join this business, most people, at least for me on my social media, knew what it was. And I think when they see you post, I think that people want to believe that this works, not just the products, but the system. They want to believe that there's something like this out there and it's not just a dream. Because it does seem too good to be true that you can make eventually, have a comment in your check sitting at home. And you really can sign people up from your phone, and you can do it at the grocery store, in the park, or in a plane now, thanks to Wi-Fi on the aircraft. Like, people want to believe that this is real, that there is a company that wants you to be debt-free and that they're going to pay you to do that. Like, they want to believe that, but our minds are so trained in the negative, in all areas of life. You got to constantly renew your mind to become positive. I didn't realize how negative I was until I really practiced being positive. It's amazing how quickly I was downing myself and believing lies and all kinds of stuff. So I think that when you start, people want to believe you, and they're going to be watching you. And it's hard because it's almost like you're the first one going off the high dive. And you're like, this sucks because no one's talking to me. No one's responding to my messages. No one's liking my posts or commenting. They're watching. I'll post something and there's no comments or likes, but I get 3 messages in my inbox. Because some people are embarrassed to comment and say, yeah, my hair's thin, or I need a wrap. Like, that would have been me. I would have been the person not liking, not commenting. I would have been going to the inbox. I was like that. I never posted on Facebook. I was the weird one that just watched everyone's stuff. Like, I was a whatever creeper person. And so people are going to watch you, and your hardest sells for me, like the people that are like the most, like, I don't know, killer in the business are going to take the most for me, this has been my experience, the most convincing. Like some of my best rock stars, why I signed Leanne like 2 weeks before I went diamond. After I went double, after I went triple. So don't be discouraged, because that's the thing is, I don't know if you guys have seen that picture of the guy that's chopping and digging for gold, and he gets discouraged and he's walking away, and it's like this underground photo, and there's like this much dirt, and the next wall is diamonds. Anyways, or there's that book. There's a book about that too. Anyways, I think that so often we interpret. I heard this in a sermon one time. We fill up silence with negativity. That's just what we do as people. I text a friend, she doesn't respond. Crap, I pissed her off. Like, maybe she's just busy. Or I text a customer, they didn't respond. I guess I'm annoying them. No, that's not necessarily it. Like, people read stuff and they just set the phone down. So people aren't just sitting over there waiting, being like, crap, when is Lindsay going to message me again? When is she going to leave me? Like, everyone has their own life. They're very, very busy. And so I think it's easy to think that we're bothering people, but not realizing that, one, not all of your stuff is being seen on Facebook by the same audience every single time. And two, I think I believe this now more than ever, and I was told this in the beginning, but people need to see that it works. And sometimes you're going to be the one that shows them that. You're the guinea pig for your circle of friends. And so that's why it's really important, I think, to be consistent, even on the days where, I don't know, your bad days or whatever you would say, so that's all. That's kind of shredding what you said though. So.
Right. And some of the things that Lindsay said, we didn't want this Zoom to be like the training. Like, this is how you message. This is how you post, because we have all of that out there for our teams already. There's trainings out there. Your teams can help you with your teams, your sponsors, your sideline sisters, whoever, with messages, post ideas, how to respond. Also, what a Ruby looks like. What does that mean? How do I get $500? Because that stuff's already out there, readily available. But this is the kind of thing, these 4 C's, that you need to keep in the back of your head as you are putting those messages out there, as you are reaching out to people, figuring out how to do your party. You've got to seek out. There is everything you could ever want, and it works in network marketing in general out there. I mean, this is the technology day and age, but the connection in the people is what you're not going to find on the Google. That's where you're going to find it on your team pages, in your team chats. Never be afraid to ask a question, because I promise there is someone sitting next to you that wants to ask the same question and they just don't know how or who to ask. So those are just some of the main things. I don't know. I don't think we're missing anything.
I feel good about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We wanted to do a Q&A. So if y'all have something. What?
I said, yeah, we can do that. Sorry, I was reiterating Q&A.
Let's do Q&A. If you have a question, either you could raise your hand if you have your video on. If not, just ask it in the chat. And some of them can be more practical and applicable. Like what you said, that not everyone sees our post. What do you mean by that? We could go over some of those kind of things, but really this is more, you have the 2 of us on. What are some questions or something that you've just been like, I don't know what to do here. And if you don't have any questions, that's fine too. We're not going to sit here and awkwardly wait for you to ask a question. We might. We were both teachers.
You were a teacher too?
I was. I taught high school a year, and then I was an adjunct professor at night at the community college. I did that for 3 years. And then in PR, the whole media thing, I could outweight a reporter and just sit there in silence and stare at them better than anyone else. I'm like, I'm not talking. So if y'all have questions. And if you don't, that's cool too. Okay. We're not gonna sit here forever and be like, yeah, we got a question. So thank you guys for joining us. If you have questions after this, ask on your team page, your team chats, message me, message Lindsay. We could talk through whatever it is. I know, especially as you're new, sometimes it's hard to just put yourself out there and be like, I have a question. What is a BB? But we have all of that. There's a lot of lingo. We get that. But we really just wanted you as newbies, as newer people in the company, to really see the potential with this business, things that you're going to encounter. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, but y'all, you can make $1 bajillion in this company if you just stick with it. Time plus consistency. Like, those 2 things are your best friends. And if you remember that, you're gonna be rich, and you're gonna help a lot of people and change a lot of lives in the process. And there is no greater feeling than that. What are the 4 C's? Commitment, confidence, consistency, and connection. Oh, she just said it.
I just copy and pasted it because it was at the top. That's all.
Oh, sorry. I don't know who Sony VPC's iPad is, but Sony VPC's iPad. Those are the 4 C's.
That's Emily.
Okay, it's Emily. Awesome. All right, you guys, I will get the recording up, and then I'm going to just upload it to YouTube, and then I'll send you the link, Lindsay. Does that work?
Yes, that sounds good.
And I will get it on our team page for everyone else. You guys have a great evening. Thank you, Lindsay, for joining us.
Thank you, Tammy.
Thanks, y'all.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good night. Go fast. Bye.
Yes, go fast.
Go fast. Bye.